It is April 7th, 2025 in Lakeside, California. We are at the Lakeside Outdoor Archery Range, which should be opening soon, hopefully very soon. We are with a very special person right here. We're going to introduce. You give your first and last name, and we'll kind of talk about how he got involved in this and how long it kind of took. And this very nice gentleman is.
I'm Nick North. That's North, just like the direction. And I double checked my emails. I've been working on this since June 15th, 2020. My goal has always been to try and find, since that time, and have either the county or the parks or somebody develop an East County archery range, because in this massive county, there's only been one range in Balboa Park, two ranges in Balboa Park, actually, and that's been it for the whole county. And lots of archers with their bows in their closets because there's no place to shoot. So we're fixing that problem.
And kind of tell me who you are, your background, and the actual how you got involved, contacts, how many other groups and so forth, and what this might look like.
Okay. I am a retired Navy SEAL, and I used to shoot a bow many decades ago and decided to pick it up again. I had surgery and then I had a stroke. And unfortunately, 8 days before the stroke, I bought a whole new archery suite, and then I was in the hospital for over a month. When I got out, I used my background, which includes being a certified personal trainer and a degree in psychology, to use archery for my personal rehabilitation. And it worked wonderful. Every time I shoot, I feel good. And I felt that I needed to be able to pass that on to other disabled people, PTSD sufferers, anybody like that, and show them that archery could be used to show that they can do anything they want. They really can. And that was my driving force here. And I've been working on it for 4 years now. 5 years, if you count when I first got started. There is another half to this, and that's Ellie Howe. Ellie has a brochure that she put together for the same purpose, also contacting the county, dated April 2023. And she had no idea I was doing this. I had no idea she was doing this. And eventually, Supervisor Anderson's office kind of connected us, and we realized there's two people working on exactly the same purpose, exactly the same idea. And I think it's the two of us getting together that really made this happen. So I'm gonna say Ellie definitely gets at least 50% of the credit. A teenager, a nationally recognized competitive archer, and a teenager, and she's doing a beautiful job for
And
3 years now.
tell us her name again and spell her last name.
Ellie Howe, or Elizabeth Howe, and the last name is Howe.
Okay, thank you. And I've met you several times via government organizations, you presenting and desiring this, and finally we found out that the supervisors did approve it, and we do thank the supervisors for having the forward thinking of using this vacant piece of land, actually right by the riverbed and the county yard behind us. And what would you like to see happen here? We're going to pan out in a minute here, but we know we have, I'm just going to look at the handicap right here for the people that haven't seen this already, that with wheelchairs, hopefully, and other challenges, they can go right up to the different, there's 3 section meters. I don't remember the distances, but there's 3 actually shooting places, 3 different lengths.
Right, distances. There would be a 10 and 20 meter lanes for teaching, or for people just to get back into it. There will be 30 and 40 meter lanes for mid-distance people who just want to come and shoot a few arrows and stay up on their archery. And then there's going to be another set that's 50 and 70 meter. 50 meter is what's used for compound bows, and for barebow, which means a recurve without all the weights and gizmos on it. And 70 meters is what is shot with the Olympic recurve distance with the big rods out for balancing and all that. So just about anybody with any distance and any experience will be able to use this range. My own hope, I am a certified archery instructor via the USA Archery. And what I want to do is get the word out and bring people out here who are disabled and teach them how to shoot a bow, whether it's in a wheelchair, standing, or whatever they got to do. We'll figure it out and show them what they can do and get more. It's called para archery, and it's what the disabled people do with their bows and arrows.
And for people watching that are not thinking in terms of meters, I always round it off. It's just easier. A meter is about 3 feet. So if it's 50 meters, it's about 150 feet.
Right.
That's the way for people who are not into that meters.
Right.
But and we hope that this opens next month. They said spring of this year. There's really not any. I'm not sure where, if they're going to put a little hut up for the instructor, range master, whatever, rather than baking the sun while waiting for archers to arrive. I'm not really sure. They didn't. The workmen couldn't really go into detail too much because I have to go through the media department, which I have, and waiting for a response. Yeah. So and but not only for the disabled, for anyone. How do we get the young people who, if there's an interest, it might be guns, or it might be something like that, or a pelican. How do we get the young people involved in the sport of archery? It's a great discipline, eye-hand coordination, just like shooting a gun, but with a bow, it's got to be a whole lot different. How do we get people interested? I've had a lot of feedback already from people say, hey, we can hardly wait. I got a bow. I'm coming down. When, where, what?
Excellent.
But how do we get, especially the young people, come down? Hey, mom, dad, and girls too. Not just boys. How do we get those folks involved? And hopefully there'll be programs, maybe even a club or so, and maybe you'd be the person that starts it.
Well, once again, it's going to be a matter of, like what we're doing right now, is getting the word out. The San Diego Archery Clubs, or the San Diego Archers, are aware of what we're doing. I hope to work in coordination with them a lot. This is a San Diego County park. That's who's going to own this property and maintain it. The key is going to be to get the word out, which as soon as I get the word from Josh Bougiel. Josh Bougiel is the senior ranger in this Lakeside area, and he's the one who has been helping a lot. He's an archer too, so he cares, and I didn't have to explain anything to him. But it's going to be a matter of getting the word out. And as soon as Josh can give me an approximate opening date, then it's my intent to call the schools, call the disability organizations, call Wounded Warrior, and tell them, hey, we've got this thing going. It's going to be in Lakeside. It's going to be very available. I am a certified instructor, and I want to teach people what they can do. And so it's really a matter of scheduling. And like I said, just get the word out.
And
get the word out.
As soon as I get this link, I'm going to send it to you, and you're welcome to send it to anyone you want, your clubs, other people, and to see what we're doing here. And also, what do you think of, I know we just have a bird's eye view, we'll have a drone in a minute here, but I've already shot some pictures overhead, but it's level, they're not going to pave anything. We can't speak for the parking lot here yet, but that's not going to be paved. I'm sure the drainage has been checked. But there's those ranges, and then they explain the backstops are going to be down there, and we're right by the yard here, so there's no issue with the polo ponies, the RC aircraft. Good relationship with both places and this place, the county yards. Good relationship with all these people here. So it's a beautiful place, right? On Ashwood, just before Willow, just south of Willow Road. Well, as you can see, you've probably been here already, but as you can see, what do you think of it as far as what you can tell before you really see the overheads?
When I first looked at the area, we actually came out here with Ellie and Josh and myself, and we looked at this area. We looked at a couple of other areas, and we all agreed that of all the options that were available, this was the best. At the time, it was a very rolling, sandy area, and frankly, it didn't look very big, but it's what we had, so went with it. Now that they've graded it, I think it's fantastic.
I mean, it's a lot bigger than it
Good.
actually looked before, because they
Much
have
larger.
to have the parking here,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good size. I'm sure they're going to level it off. It is kind of rough here, and this is really rough if they don't follow this curb right here. So
We have a county visitor.
yeah, well, they're probably wondering what I'm doing, but that's okay. And so, but how does it look uh, for you so far? Oh, good. We'll have to talk with him.
Yeah.
I mean, what you see, do you think it's going to be adequate?
I'm for for beginning. I think yes. I think we're in good shape. I think if I hope it's so busy. I hope this archery range gets so heavily used that we have to add a couple of more disabled spaces and maybe a little more parking too.
Well, that would be
Simply
great, and I'll
because of
certainly
use,
promote that to
to make it
various
worthwhile.
outlets. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
I hope.
and again, we're not just talking about this is a Lakeside. This is a county-wide. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a fee to come in, probably a nominal fee, and maybe a waiver for safety. You know, you don't just you don't get your arrow in your bow until you're ready to shoot, and all that safety stuff. And children, probably a waiver with their parents. You know, the basic stuff that county requires.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything on that, maybe?
Well, if you do the research, you'll see that worldwide, archery is considered about the second safest sport of all. And the reason is, internationally, all of the rules are the same. If you watch videos of competitions in Turkey, for instance, and you watch videos in Ireland and you watch videos in Los Angeles, you're going to find that all of the rules are the same. And archers follow those rules. If you're not facing downrange and you don't have a target in mind, you don't put an arrow on your bow. You just don't do it.
Yeah. And I suppose you don't need to read a book to be an archer. I'm sure there'll be very generous people down here that will take people under their wing, as I would if I was an established archer. And I'm sure you're very humanitarian. I'm sure you would do the same. But, you know, bring that person, whether a young person, disabled, elderly. Uh, it's one size fits all, and everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
I want to thank you very much for your time, and look forward to seeing you here on the ground.